chemical properties of alcohols and that of the phenols. So first we have to consider the characteristic test for phenols. What is the laboratory test for phenols? How we can characterize the phenol, how we can identify whether the given compound is phenol or alcohol. For that we can perform this test. This is the characteristic test for phenol. Why is characteristic of phenol? Because phenol gives a particular color when we are reacting it with a neutral ferric chloride solution, and the alcohol does not give that deep color, and from that we can distinguish whether the given compound is alcohol or that of the phenol. And therefore this is one of the important laboratory tests to identify whether the given compound is phenol or that of the alcohol. So when the phenols are treated with the neutral ferric chloride, it gives the ferric phenoxide, and this ferric phenoxide is having a deep purple, violet or green color, and therefore if there will be a formation of deep green or violet or that of the purple color, we can say that the given compound is phenol. And if we are not obtaining the deep violet, green or that of the purple color, then the given compound is not a phenol. So in this way we can characterize the phenol by using this test. The second test is the distinguishing test for alcohols. So this test is also called the Lucas test, because in that we are using the Lucas reagent, which is called a Lucas reagent. So HCl and that of the ZnCl2 is called a Lucas reagent. Now this is the distinguishing test for alcohols. By using this test we can distinguish the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. It means if you have to identify whether the given alcohol is primary, secondary or that of the tertiary, then you have to perform this test. That the name of that test is the Lucas test. So what happens in the Lucas test? When alcohols are treated with the Lucas reagent, that is the mixture of HCl and zinc chloride, the product obtained is the alkyl chloride. Now when we consider the alcohol is soluble in Lucas reagent, and therefore we are getting a clear solution. When we are adding the alcohol in the Lucas reagent, we are getting a clear solution. But as soon as there will be a formation of product, when this alcohol after adding in the Lucas reagent, it reacts with the Lucas reagent, and then there will be a formation of product, the alkyl chloride. As soon as there will be a formation of product alkyl chloride, the solution becomes turbid, because this alkyl chloride is not soluble in the Lucas reagent, and therefore by using this idea we can distinguish the primary, secondary and that of the tertiary alcohols. Now if you are taking the tertiary alcohols, as you know that the tertiary alcohols are highly reactive, and therefore when we are reacting this tertiary alcohol with the Lucas reagent, or when we are adding this tertiary alcohol in the Lucas reagent, the reaction gets fast and we are getting the product immediately, and therefore the solution becomes turbid immediately. As soon as we are adding the tertiary alcohol in the Lucas reagent, the solution becomes the turbid. Then we can say that the given alcohol is the tertiary alcohol. Now when we consider the secondary alcohol reacts slowly with the Lucas reagent, and therefore the solution becomes slowly turbid, and therefore we can say that it is the secondary alcohol. And when we are using the primary alcohol, when we are adding the primary alcohol in the Lucas reagent, there will be need of heating, because the reactivity of primary alcohol is very less and it gets slow react with the Lucas reagent, and therefore the product obtained slowly, and therefore for that we have to provide the heat, and after that the solution becomes the turbid due to the insolubility of the alkyl chloride in the Lucas reagent. And therefore in this way we can distinguish the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. If the given compound is tertiary alcohol, the solution becomes turbid after adding the that given compound, then we can say that it is the tertiary alcohol. If we are adding the given alcohol in the Lucas reagent and slowly the solution becomes the turbid, then we can say that it is the secondary alcohol. And when we are adding the alcohol in the Lucas reagent and then after heating the solution becomes the turbid, then we can say that it is the primary alcohol. So this Lucas test we can use to distinguish the primary, secondary and that of the tertiary alcohols.